Those crackers are actually good. Anyway, welcome back. WeArEuS, and this is Yaengard. Now, before we continue, there are two things I want to draw your attention to. To your left, you see the number of deaths has increased by 1. You may not have noticed otherwise. It doesn't really matter to me whether you did or didn't, or would or wouldn't have. To the upper left-hand side, we have a new debuff, or enemies have a new buff, Old Blood. I don't remember what it does. Increases their total ancestral damage by 6%. This means that I have been doing some adventuring on the side. I've been cheating on you guys just a smidge. I don't think that really applies here, but I'm going to let it go. I'm going to leave it right there and let you guys pick it up if you want. I've been playing the game on the side. Well, I played the game on the side. The day after, on that same day after I finished recording, I kept playing. And I'll be honest, every single time, you can see it now. We're not, when we left off, we had just come up to the passage of silence. We're no longer at the passage of silence, as you can plainly see. So I played on my own. I would take some fights, do some encounters, some skill challenges. It was pretty nice, I have to say. The game is fun when you don't care about actually making any progress and you're just doing things to be doing them. I died twice though. Like, we got wiped. No. We got wiped once. And the other time, I just surrendered because I didn't want to continue the fight. I could have won. The guy was literally one hit from dying. And I said, you know what? No. So that brings us to where we are in terms of our equipment and skills. Botel the Strong is now equipped with the Uniting Morning Star, an uncommon mace with 19 to 20 damage, with a martial class and 2 abilities. The first being Stand Against Them, which roots all enemies within this tile until the next turn, with a creativity chance of 60% to deal 80% damage to them. Its second skill is Earthbound, which deals 70% damage to all enemies within this tile, and with a creativity chance that if you are with a creativity chance of 30%, that if you are below 50% HP, you stun those targets. Then we have this Empowering Assault, a common sword that deals 14 to 19 damage, is level 6 and has the ability Empowering Assault. It deals 90% damage to a nearby enemy, and then you gain 45% fortitude, which actually doesn't mean anything because whatever his actual fortitude value, he does not actually get 45% of that, which is what you would expect when you see a percentage like that. Anyway, that's what we have on our chaotic fighter. Our resident spellcaster has become just a little bit more residential spellcastery. Anastas now wears a dark cowl with health, ancestry, and talent on it. She also has the Blazing Scepter of the Atan. It's a little underleveled, but that's fine. You already know what this does, so I'm not going to go into that. She's also got a new shirt with extra HP, some crit chance, and talent on it. She's got new lower body equipment with HP, toughness, and ancestral mastery on it. We also have the Anxious Journal, which is an artistry weapon that's uncommon and deals 22 to 28 damage. Its class is Ancestry, Artistry, and it comes with two abilities, the first of which being Anxiety. Deals 75% damage to an enemy within range, with a 60% creativity chance to pierce armor and make the skill undodgeable, with an additional creativity chance of 10% to stun the target. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Then it has Deliverance, where you gain 75% fortitude and remove root from yourself. With a creativity chance of 25%, you can stun all enemies within this tile and remove all negative status effects. Now, with these, by these weapons' power combined, we acquire the skill Chronicler, Once Upon a Time. Grant charge to yourself or an ally within range. With a creativity chance of 20%, you can, for 2 turns, grant the target's abilities undodgeable status. That's pretty good. And Charged, I used it and I know what it does. I do not remember, but I know it is a 1-turn buff that allows your people to do something. I don't know if it boosts their damage or what, but it's good. It's good. Then we have the Resident Tank, Hamlin Crestworn, who now bears 2 shields. I'm pretty sure we had 2 shields at the end of the episode, but c'est la vie. These shields are brand new. He also has new head armor, or head gear, which grants armor and toughness, a new chest piece that grants a large amount of health, armor, and some power, and lower body equipment, which grants a lot of health. This is the only under level thing piece of equipment that he's got. The leggings grant health, armor, and toughness as well. So his initiative is Garbo, but doesn't really matter. We go after the enemy anyway. So his first weapon, the Dwarven Carapace, a shield, rare, that deals 18 to 28 damage. Naturally, its class is protection, and its single ability is Ironclad's Wish, which allows you to remove all negative status effects from yourself, but you must be at 75% HP. With a creativity chance of 40%, you gain 200% fortitude. I don't know what that's even supposed to mean. You would think when you hear gain 200% fortitude and your fortitude value maxes at 76, you would expect to be able to get 152 fortitude. But that'd be broken. So why does it say 200% when it's not? I don't know. How much do I get from it? If I used it, I don't remember. Then we have his other weapon, a shield, uncommon, 18 to 28 damage, protection class, naturally, and it comes with the single ability Emberlands. This allows you to control ground. However, with a creativity chance of 40%, you can deal 60% damage and inflict 3 burning to all enemies within this tile. Do you see what's going on here with Emberlands and Anastas Amber? Huh? With her, Cross the Embers and Conflagrate. Things could get really interesting. Assuming he actually gets the creativity to trigger. We also have a large number of valuables and organics, and some supplies have been used in order to acquire what we have here. Aside from Botulf missing almost half of his health, I'm feeling pretty good. Yep, feeling pretty good. So we've got some undead to clear out. Let's do that. Or Death Walkers, excuse me. Don't want to be undeadest. Naturally, they're going to go first, and all of the spellcasters are going to congregate here. Which is when she's going to teleport right on top of them, drop a nasty, assuming the creativity triggers, she's going to burn them, and then just move a tile away and then just conflagrate them to death. That's assuming it works as I like. I do not think it will. Also, the resident spellcaster and our tank are both afflicted with Blood Curse. Thankfully, it's only a single stack, so the amount of damage it deals will not be significant. This guy is controlling ground. I've also learned, where controlling ground is concerned, that you can actually use it and then move to a new cell, and controlling ground goes with you to that new cell. That's interesting. And real freaky naughty. Well, I couldn't communicate that properly as it deserved to have been, because I need to drink some water. I should have gotten some before I started recording, but here we are. Anyway, I think I'm going to have this guy go around the side. And attack them. Yep, figured he was going to come this way. Resident spellcaster, I'm not too worried about him. I'm going to move, this guy's name is Hamlin. I'm going to move Hamlin. Oh, you'll also see that Hamlin has 302 HP. The lowest person in the group is not the resident spellcaster, but our fighter. Kind of dumb, now that I think about it. But what can you do? Aside from properly equip him. I don't want Destiny. And I actually want... Yeah, so it's typical spellcaster range. Cross the Embers. Shiver me timbers. They both dodged the burn. Yep. Seems fair. It's nothing to really worry about. It's fair. Fair. If there's 2 spellcasters dodged being set on fire. I'll use one of these, then his health isn't low enough to use this. And you'll see, at the bottom of Ironclad's Wish here, we have his creativity effect for this ability, or skill I should say, which only grants 47 to 74 fortitude. His max is 76. Why does it say 200% fortitude? 200% of what? What if it couldn't be 200% of his fortitude regen. That doesn't make any sense. He doesn't gain that much. 200% would never help that. And it definitely wouldn't result in 74. Oh, I will say this. I noticed something. I don't know if it's intended or what, but defensive skills, skills that literally deal no damage, something like Ironclad's Wish here. If your character gets afflicted with frost, frost affects your skills. All of your skills. And not just those skills, it'll affect your creativity effects, if I'm not mistaken. I could just be embellishing it because I'm just frustrated at the idea of having defensive skills nerfed by an effect that's only supposed to, as it's stated, affect attack. So you'll forgive me if I'm embellishing that extra fact. We're going to find out shortly because our resident tank here is going to be taking a hit sooner rather than later. For now, we're going to control ground. And he got rid of his negative effect, which is nice. It would normally have gone to an enemy, but I'm not going to question their game design. Triple blood curse. Gotta love that. Well, you don't, but it's just where we are now. So he's stuck in here, he's stuck in this cell, but this guy seems to think, oh, that's not good. Oh, he dodged it. Very nice. Bad news for you guys. First thing, I can root you all. The problem with that is they can just end up putting blood curse on her. I'm going to have her walk out of the cell, then teleport back in to inflict burning. For now, below 86% health. What to do? Do I root them or do I just deal the damage? Damage. I could have spent a destiny to lock them down, but that's where we are. He moved into the cell, then moved out, which caused him to get hit twice. Now we're doing this. I should have moved her down, but that's fine. She's going to end up in this cell anyway. Critical affliction to both of them doesn't... Oh, that causes the burning to deal more damage, I think. Why is this guy taking 25 damage each turn, but this one's only taking 14? That doesn't make any sense. They should be taking the same amount of damage. Why are they taking different amounts of damage? I think it's because only one of them caught the critical affliction, which is weird. I've had it. It's weird. I know it happened. I've had it happen before. I didn't check both of the enemies that it affected, though. Okay. At least they're on fire now, and she can deal with them. They'll also be taking a rather significant amount of damage each turn, so it just keeps getting better, frankly. Chance to gain fortitude or deal damage. Burn him. Nice. He gained destiny because he's still controlling ground. Resident Spellcaster can deal with this guy. I'm going to have him execute this one. Nice. So this is sort of how I've built him to work. He gains fortified health, whether he's against a single enemy or multiple enemies. It's pretty good. Now I'm going to have her do this and then run away. I don't know why he was controlling ground for 2 turns. Curiouser and curiouser. Dang. Oh, because this applies control ground. Okay, I understand now. That's why he gained the destiny. We like that. Ugh. Nice. He's only taking damage to his fortitude from the from the blood curse, and he's just regenerating his free health. I like this. Whether it's actually as effective as this fight's making it seem, I mean, I guess I could have tried to use Deliverance to remove the effect, but I mean, the guy's in... No, it's a spell, so I can't use it until she moves. She did not rid herself of Blood Curse, though. Wait, I used the wrong one. Whoops. Ah, well. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. His health is low enough. I probably should have used Ironclad, so I used 2 of them. God dang it. What the? He has to be below 227, not 77. Dang it. Well, we've got control ground for 3 turns, so there's that. Ah, you're fine, you big baby. The one who's not fine is her. Creativity failed. But she removed which is... What? I guess the stun failed, but it still removed all of her negative status effects. I wish I had used that sooner. Let's see. Yeah, she's fine. That sort of sucks, doesn't it? I stacked 3 separate applications of control ground, but they still all only last 1 turn. That's weird. No fire. That's unfortunate. And he's basically just biding his time, which is annoying. Right, he's controlling ground. Doubly annoying. I'd rather use this since I gain fortitude equivalent to the damage we deal. And then we just shoot him from the side. Oh my god. This smudge right here, I think this was him. Whoa, wow, what? It's an heirloom. It's an heirloom type weapon with a rarity of uncommon, 20 to 26 damage, and in its ancestry class. It inflicts 4 burning to an enemy within range. With a creativity chance of 40, it can inflict 4 frost. I mean, that's pretty good. Let's see what ancestry looks like. Inflict 4 frost to all enemies within this tile. I'm liking it. It would allow him to inflict burning as well. He'd still be able to... No, he wouldn't. He would not be able to control ground. But on a swarmed tile, he would be able to frost everyone. And we all know how huge frost is. Frost affects everything. It even affects, like, I've already said it, but I was in a fight where I should have had the advantage, but since the enemy gets to apply frost for free, every time whoever was left tried to gain fortitude, they'd gain a reduced amount because of the frost. It's kind of a weird way for that to work. I don't hate him having this. And then he can purge negative status effects from himself. I still think I'd rather have him being able to control ground. But also being able to gain fortitude. It's a percentage chance, though. That's pretty important. Let's give him this back and then see how she likes this. Now, with Ancestry and Artistry combined, we acquire Profit. As prophesied, remove all status effects from yourself or an ally within range. With this, the resident spellcaster would become the resident priest. Oh, and it grants 100 fortitude? 100% fortitude rather than gain. So if you affect an ally with this, there's a 15% chance to grant them fortitude, I guess. And if you remove effects from yourself, there's a 15% chance to grant yourself fortitude. It's not bad. And the 4 burning and frost, that could be a huge, huge thing. What if we combine... Gross. Just gross. I'm going to have to take my eyes out and wipe them. Let's see. They're both martial weapons, so... Whoops. So, she's got it in her offhand. Furious Rampage. But I must be blood cursed. Oh, okay. With Artistry and a martial weapon, We gain Hero Neverfall. Deal 75% damage to a nearby enemy. Cannot be dodged. And consume all your burning and blood curse. With a creativity chance of 30%, it can also remove all negative status effects. But it is only single target. However, it can't be dodged. Interesting. This is the second artistry weapon that I've come across, so I'm hoping it's on Boltov. I like this, but I still love the mobility this grants. However, it is so outdated as a weapon. It's level 5. And the damage Conflagrate does is immediately based on the damage of the weapon itself. I don't know. And another ancestry weapon. What happens if we have 2? We gain Warlock Ancestral Simulacrum. I remember this, but I don't remember what it does. Target an enemy within range. Copy their blood curses and burning to an enemy within the tile. Creativity with a creativity chance of 15%, you copy to all enemies in that and adjacent tiles. Unfortunately, we can't apply blood curse unless the Fiery Shattered Blade. It's an heirloom type weapon, uncommon, it deals 22 damage. As said before, it's ancestry class, and its ability allows it to deal 70% damage to an enemy within range. If they're blood cursed, inflict 5 burning. Not great. Not great. Put that back on her. I like this staff though, or my mistake, this scepter. Oh, and just so we're clear, she has a 27.8% crit chance. So with this staff, if we use Conflagrate, it becomes 57. Which is basically a coin flip. And if the enemy has 5 or more burning, it deals 130% damage with a 57% chance to crit. It's such a good combination. I don't think we can swap out. Even though I really, really want to at least see how this works, but I know for a fact removing all negative status effects will be huge in the future. Like in the immediate future too. I know it will. But if we get rid of the artistry weapon, we can't use as prophesied, and we end up with that. Ugh. Let's check the armor at least. This is dodge, so it goes for both. Who's got weaponry and intelligence on here? Sorry, you need one more stat affix in order to be able to be considered. And not as good. What about Hamlin? Not as good. Her? Nope. That sucks. I think we can give this to Botolf. Not Botolf, Hamlin. Wait. No. Requires the enemy to be stunned. Now she gets Chronicler. I still don't remember what charge does. But then he'd be able to frost enemies in the tile with him, which means they deal no damage, and we like that. Or he could use this with a chance to inflict frost and guaranteed inflict burning. But I don't want to lose my shield. One roots, the other grants. Must be below 70% health. I don't know if control ground allows, if two people who are controlling ground are able to reaction attack an enemy moving through the cell. And I really like this. As you travel past a house just like any other, a breathtaker exits it. As the breathtaker approaches, you spot the two hollow ghost-like figures behind him. Ah! Greetings, travelers! The breathtaker seems shaken from whatever occurred in there. What did you do? I've personally already seen this scenario. It can turn into a fight. These guys aren't particularly difficult to kill, but they're spellcasters, and so is he. Worse, they get free dodge, 100% dodge for the first, I think, 2 turns, which is weird. But more than weird, it's annoying. What did you do, Breathtaker? I have done what Yaengard requires. Now stand aside. I'm on Imperial business and must not be delayed. If you interfere, these villagers living here might not be too happy. Which one did I choose? I think I chose Reclamation last time. I mean, he could go for some good. But then he also ends up with Noble. Botolf is not lawful, he's chaotic. Whoops. We could go with her instead. The traditional chronicler. Let's see, she's good. And noble. Could be good. I don't want Hamlin to end up exhausted. I guess we'll do this for her one time and then I don't care about this. I'm not about to lose HP over this fight. Poor Anastas is already low as it is. I think we should visit the inn before we enter the, what is it? The Passage of Silence, right? I know I'm just going to suffer with the next curse, I guess we could call it, but what can you do? Everyone's low and I don't have much of a choice. Well, Well, Anastas is low. Super low. So low she'll probably die if she gets the enemy's attention in the next fight. So let's avoid that. You approach... Oh, this woman's mining something. And we can choose to help her out or not. So... there's no reason to go with suspicious unless you just want the skills that you gain from this. But even with this, there's a chance to fail. 60% chance for Hamlin to succeed. And if he does, he gets good. Well, that's fine, because we're going to the inn anyway. How dare he? Well, he tried. You begin to help out, shoveling through stone and dirt. After working for a while, your hands are raw and blistered. Injuries that could prove lethal down the road. Oh, thank you so much, adventurers. You really are the heroes of the Heartlands, aren't you? Ma'am, mining is a horrible profession. Completely disregarding what you've said. She thanks you. I appreciate it in any case. That's the exact same thing she said when I chose the other option. Anyway, Hamlin lost 76 HP, but he gained 1 toughness and 1 ancestry. Nice. He also gained righteous fury. Doesn't really mean anything to me. I guess it's relevant for... I don't know. It'll be useful for skill checks later on. Alright. Punish me, Daddy. Ferocious. Increase the total weapon mastery of enemies by 10% and increases their weapon damage and granting a fortitude. Great. Alright, we've got another fight. I just clicked on the first one I saw. Oh, it's back to this mining operation thing. Let's just get this over with then. Alright. We've got exactly 4 people. One of which is an assassin. One of which over here is a spellcaster. Nope. Pretty sure what this guy's got is a scroll, which is ancestry. I don't know what that's capable of, though. This idiot's good. Well, I don't think this one's actually... Yeah, all those daggers, she's definitely going to teleport. Dash. Let's see. Resident Spellcaster. She can dash in on them. Right now it's Botol's turn. He's here. This guy's looking at our resident spellcaster all funny-like. And if she gets hit by her, she'll consume the burning to deal more damage. I say no. Free HP. And he dodged them both. Embarrassing. If I set her on fire, she'll consume the burning to deal more damage to whoever she attacks. I figured it would just be better to get rid of that guy. Let's go ahead and consume a destiny to grant him charged. Then we can read what it does, because I don't remember. It grants... the next ability will channel storm and consume charged. In addition, he gains 100% accuracy for his next skill. So if he were to use his AoE skill on these two, I think the Channel Storm would only actually proc on one of them. Which saddens me greatly. Charged is not worth wasting a turn over. Let that be known. Unless you've got someone else that uses electric stuff that channels Storm too, or just a spell that channels Storm. Maybe then is okay. Maybe. Right, this is a spell. You. And we got the 4 Frost. I didn't see a creativity check. Interesting. That's right. Oh, never mind. Okay. I guess I'll still use this. Just for the extra HP. We can also move him. I'll move him here. But it's a problem with this guy who uses the AoE fire spell. So the armor piercing is nearly guaranteed with how much creativity she has. That's pretty nice. And it makes the skill undodgeable too, which is just as good. Okay, so that's it for her turn. I think we'll do this, unless she dodges. That's fine too. I could have just moved him up and then used that, but no, I just had to do it this way. He doesn't have actions available because I wasted it. I'm so good at the game. We'll end his turn here, so at least one person won't be on fire. She's also got 4 frost on her. Hey, at least he didn't use the AoE spell. Curious. The burn effect from the scepter that the resident spellcaster is using doesn't actually wear off over time. Or at least it doesn't appear to. Oh great, I set this idiot on fire and this idiot consumes the burn to... God dang it. Move the resident spellcaster over here. Not spellcaster, move the fighter so we can use... No, he won't be low enough for that. Wow, crit her in the mouth. And only got 8 fortitude out of it. You see that, right? He only got 8 fortitude out of that attack, even though he's gotten more out of it before, because he's frosted now. Burning prevents fortitude regen, but not fortitude gain from skills. Because that technically isn't regen. You're gaining it. Should we just end her? Yeah, let's burn one. I knew she would. She's laughing like she's done something, but she missed both shots. From where I'm standing, she looks pretty lame. I'm actually going to do this. Good. I didn't want you to be on fire anyway. I wanted this guy. I'll leave them here. Yeah. Guess I'll leave her here. It consumes it. No, she won't be able to survive the burn if we can apply it. So we'll move him here. I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. We can see cells again. If we move him into this cell, she'll have to attack and then leave. Or she'll attack and then leave and drop dead. We like that. Or I could just move him over here, and then she has to attack him. Well, that's awkward. As it stands, all she has to do is dash to him, and she doesn't get punished by control ground. She tried to walk out of the cell. That is curious. That is an actual decision she chose to make. I'm okay with that. Let's try and give her... There we go. Oh, I guess we can't. It's fine too, I suppose. Naturally, going to attack her. I'd rather just have her regen fortitude. That is actually a significant amount. She also has a maximum of 70 fortitude, which is pretty freaking good, let's be honest. Probably should have had her give herself fortitude from the start, huh? Well, hindsight it all. Boink. No ice, though. Oh my god! That was so much damage. She hit him for 42. No, he had more health than that. Yeah. You don't get fortitude if you miss. So that's a thing. I like how you straight up ignored the guy that was on his deathbed. I like and appreciate that. Free HP. No, I could just end the fight. Of course, she's just got. Of course. My mistake, of course. I actually don't. Yeah, just attack. I don't understand. I could have sworn that I canceled. All I have to do to cancel it is right click. Now that I think about it, this is my fault. I did this to myself. So I'm going to make sure So is that how it actually works? When you left click an enemy, you don't attack them with the weapon, you attack them with the skill? I guess unless the weapon doesn't have a skill, then you attack with the weapon. I'd love to test it out, but someone nearly died, so it doesn't seem like the best time for that. Both of these are terrible. Actually, hold on, let's check this for Hamlin. But he loses toughness. Is it really worth it for the loss of toughness? No. The main issue is he has 311 HP with the 3 extra toughness, but only 24 initiative, which is irrelevant because we go after the enemy anyway. So I'm going to keep this for now. Please give us somewhere to rest. Unfortunate. Within the Heartland's forest, you stop by a small tower-like building. Your attention is caught by a person yelling, "Help! Anyone?" Hello? Oh, the Baroness be praised. Help, finally! Well, it's obvious how he's stuck. This somehow ended up wedged against the door. Someone didn't like you. This is clearly intentional. Here we are. Praise Yaengard for that. Please, I've been stuck up here for hours. I have to poop. I peed a while ago. How can we help? The door! Please help me get it open. Oh. Artist's text. Gain an artistry text, a perfect weapon for a bard. Nice. Or we could use supplies, which would boost the odds nicely. We don't really have very many supplies left, though. We've only got 2. Looks like Boltooth the Strong isn't going to be the solution today. We have to use the supplies then to even have a chance at this. I mean, Boltooth's only going to die, so it's not like it's a big deal. Let's do it. Nice. -1 supply, though. We'll log this up. We'll get this log out of the way. With the right tools, it's easy. Wonderful. If you could get me out, I'll give you what those criminals couldn't take. So this was intentional. Okay. The merchant's voice bubbles with pride. A mint condition piece of artistry, incredibly rare, possibly one of a kind. Sure, why not? We have a deal. Let's lift these things out of the way. You prepare to heave the log away from the sturdy door. Use this knife and get all of these plants out of the way. And heave! Alright. Fair. Let's try again. Use this for better leverage. Heave! Again, heave! Using the right tool, you get the massive log to budge easily and without injuring yourselves. Now I have to admit, that was impressive. Impressive is what we do. That much is obvious. I can't thank you enough. Oh, here. The man tosses you a bundle. The goods I promised you. You did help after all. Thanks, and try not to get in trouble with any more ruffians. I'll do my best. Having succeeded and been rewarded, leave the rescued man behind. Feels pretty good to not to not try and remove the log and have Boltooth crushed to death. Oh my. Oh, that is... That's kind of delicious looking. Here we have the Vein Blade Sealed Scroll, an artistry type weapon with a rarity of uncommon and 16 to 29 damage. Right. The first of its 2 skills is Vein Blade Passion. Inflict 2 burning to all enemies in the target tile. All enemies in the target tile. With a creativity of 40. Hold on, doesn't she have another 40 skill? I don't know how that'll affect her percentage at 40, with it being at 40, but whatever. With creativity of 40%, you gain an additional chance. You gain +1 to burning and remove all of their fortitude. That is actually significant. Being able to strip an enemy of their fortitude. Remember, the boss we fought was a nightmare only because he kept gaining fortitude in large quantities. If we could just stop that, well, that'd be just peachy keen. The second of the 2 abilities is Heartland's Hope. Grant 100% fortitude, which doesn't really mean what it seems to mean, and remove stuns from all allies in the target tile. It does not affect yourself. Interesting. I like this though. I do like this. Let's see, and artistry with a yep, that's that. Stunned enemies. This can't stun. I think we might have to leave it. Being able to grant others fortitude, though. She can give herself fortitude. I'd have to get rid of this, though. What is this? Glory. Remove stuns and roots from target ally or yourself within range, with a creativity chance of 60% to remove all negative effects. Yeah, with this, she would become the resident support rather than the resident spellcaster. While I'm not against it, I just don't see the value. She could help keep Boltolf alive, which is always good, but I think we have to leave it. Granted, the charged is not great, so there's that. We have to leave it. I could not see any way to make that useful. Which sucks because we went to the trouble of actually saving the guy, but whatever. After days of grueling travel and lethal obstacles, you finally arrive. The Passage of Silence. The only way to leave the Heartlands. The infamous and treacherous path towards the Gates of Silence. So this is it. Finally. There are tales of this place. It used to be part of the Heartlands. Falera let the bayou fall into despair to keep us Heartlanders in place. Only the Five knows what we'll encounter here. Well, them and the Unspoken. They say that the rulers of Yaengard can read the minds of the dead. The shadow soul slowly dies down, the intimidating entry into the passage. The intimidating entry into the passage looming eerily ahead. A question, heavy as lead, weighs down the three of you. The passage, the Gates of Silence. Falera, can you really do this? With thousands of adventurers having tried and fallen before you. Do we have anyone with calculating? Yeah, we've got two. Could get... Ooh, if we give this to Boltolf, he gets an additional... He actually will get a skill out of this, or something. You'll see. Thousands have perished here. Imagine the treasures they've left behind. Grave robbing. Is that really what we're doing? We'll have to, since we're going up against the Baroness of Blood. We will take any and each advantage presented. Besides, they don't need it anymore. On high alert and with your weapons ready, you venture on into the Passage of Silence, towards Falira and her gate, keeping all Heartlanders imprisoned. So he got the attribute Greedy, which grants him +2 agility. Very good. And agility grants him critical strike chance, dodge, and weapon and ancestral mastery. Yeah. Did you hear that? They're in the water. Behind us, too. Goblin raiders suddenly appear in each direction, blocking off your paths. The witch among the raiders casts a spell, placing... Crap. Oh, man. Reading like that makes me yawn. The witch among the raiders casts a spell, placing an ominous glow over the dark bayou. It's Gavu Uch. Well, damn. The masked raider stares at you with ravenous eyes. He's out for blood. Kill or be killed, I suppose. Knock from blood to car. And so, raiders begin their ambush. We're currently up against 3. One with 90 HP. Nope, we're up against 4. We've got 2 squishies here, which is perfect. As you would expect, Resident Rogue is about to get dropped. Go over here, put creativity failed. Okay. Okay, I see how it is then. Just gonna go over here and do it again. Show them your might. How much? What's the chance of this succeeding? 62%. Isn't it already like a base 60? Scepter. No, it's 40, so she's granting it an extra 22% chance. Okay, so I understand how the creativity works for skills. So this percentage is directly applied to the percentage of the creativity the weapon requires that you roll. So if your weapon has a 40% chance and you have 50% creativity, you're going to gain an extra 20% towards that creativity. Oh, it's so simple now. Also, why does she have 56 creativity? That is a bit much. From 11. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I suppose. Alright, well, at least I understand how creativity works with regards to skills. Yeah, see, only one of them got critically afflicted. And that's most of his HP. Not counting the fortitude. Let's see. Yeah, we're set. This is the resident tank. I actually want to do this. Dang, I was hoping to get set them on fire, but here we are. And then we'll end our turn here. Interesting. And then the punish. But he's still stormed. Nice. Going to move him onto this cell so he can spin to win. This guy's really close to dying from the burn. Actually, it should kill him. He's supposed to take 29 damage from it. He's only got 24 health left. So instead, I think I actually want to move again out of this cell to... Nah. Oh, I spent it to move. Screw it. Yeah, so you don't get to attack normally with your weapon if you left-click an enemy. I wonder what would happen if you right-clicked. Anyway, let's move this along. Like I said, died, even though it didn't indicate that he would. We suspected as much. So, let's give her... do I want to give her fortitude or just try to go back in for... Let's try to burn this guy. Nope. It was worth a try. We need to control ground again. Control ground. There we go. I guess we'll do this. 3 stacks of burn. Yep. Naturally. He tried to move through. That is the most curious choice I've ever seen. Spin to win. We'll move him over here just so they'll be tempted to leave the cell and get punished for it. And I suppose we could take this guy off the board, huh? He's on the same cell. Boink. You know, fire is supposed to prevent fortitude regen. But somehow, the ability named regenerating, which allows them to... somehow, this does not count as regenning fortitude. Granted, he's on fire, so it's gone again, but he shouldn't have gotten it in the first place. It's inconsistent, is all I'm saying. Also, he's got 25% armor, so any damage he takes is going to be that much lower. Well, there's no need for me to do anything. I can just end my turn here and let this guy make his bad decisions. Guess we'll do this for her. She gains 21, which is nowhere near any whatever. So we'll leave her here, have him do this. It's frost now, baby. And we'll just wait. And you're dead this turn, though. You're just dead. Now, I should have used Conflagrate. That was the entire intent, until I didn't. So, yeah. On his turn, he's dead. He's so very dead. 32 damage. I am actually surprised we won that. How did that happen? Fortitude came in clutch, apparently. So, okay. So we now have a rogue weapon, which comes with 2 abilities. I've seen these abilities before. Nothing special. But we do have a resident pyromaniac. So, in fact, we have 2 of them. One of them, actually, they both have the ability to... Nope. One has a guaranteed fire application and a risk, and one that's on a chance. And the other is our resident spellcaster. Ooh, this actually would allow me to take advantage of crowds, dealing 250% damage. Could get some fortitude, and I like fortitude. What is this? Armor that comes with health. Grants toughness. Worse health, more armor. Loses the ancestral mastery, so it would only be any good for him. And even then, it's iffy. So let's see what this looks like. I mean, it's okay. Dash to a tile within range. And apparently this should peel off their entire amount of fortitude. It could be interesting. And then he could deal bonus damage if they're on fire. Ooh. I don't want to look at that one just yet. Let's put this back and check the helmet. That's going to be a no. I will take that for him, though. That is really nice. Oh, it does cost him crit chance, though. And a significant amount at that. What about this? Talent would only give him back... Let's see. Talent gives 2% weapon and ancestral mastery. And he gets 3, so he'd be at 6%. So he'd only lose 2% total. plus the intelligence, which grants critical strike damage and creativity, as well as some armor. That's a rough one. Or we could go for the 3% more dodge. I don't know. Should we go for the... I'm not worried about his crit chance being too low. I'm just... Even at 25%, with no, it'd end up at 26, right? 26.5. That's pretty good. Okay, so what I've been holding off for, the powerful Morning Star. An uncommon mace that deals 22 to 26 damage, and its single ability is Press the Advantage. Deal 90% damage to a nearby enemy. Deal double damage against stunned targets. It's not great. Not great at all, really. Also, we're an hour and a half into this freaking video. We've only fought 3 times. I've spent too much time dickering over equipment. See, that's my problem. When the loot drops, everything stops. Nobody can use any of this stuff. Hold on, what if we get Rogue and Ancestral? No. Rogue and Artistry turns into Scoundrel, Surprise Disruption. Dash to an isolated enemy within range. With a creativity chance of 35%, inflict 2 blood curses, dealing 100% weapon damage per turn. But the enemy has to be isolated. Not impressed. Huh. The only thing of value here is the... Wait, I put the thing back. Why is it not... There we go. For some reason this stayed locked. The only thing of value here are these two. And I've been putting points into power for the weapon mastery, and I have not seen much. Weapon mastery probably affects weapons the same way creativity does the creativity percentages on weapon skills. So it's probably he's probably only getting 42% bonus damage to the weapon's base damage. What would happen 14 to 19? Nope, you can't tell the difference here. Or I could do this. I think the pants are better. He gets 20% creativity. I think we're going with the pants. After surviving the raider ambush, you seek out a safe spot to rest. Oh, please let this recover my health. A small respite before resuming your long and dangerous journey. We're a long ways away. At least we can find some rest and safety within these ruins. I don't know what will be waiting for us deeper in the bayou, but I'd rather not be weak when we face it. We can do this. We'll do this one. Yeah, I like this one. Double rations all around. Even the warm campfire can't compare to those simple words. You share rations all around, everyone happily recovering from the long journey. A sweet moment, a normal moment, like it was before your first encounter with the Breathtakers, even if it can't last forever. Within the seemingly never-ending swamp, you come across a house. Decrepit and on the brink of collapse, it looms over the swamp in silence. Let's investigate. Anything is better than wandering aimlessly through these waters. I don't know. It looks dangerous. Nevertheless, you attempt to push the warped door open. Rotted and damp with the lock rusted away, the door clears your way inside. It looks even worse on the inside. The house is clearly corroded to its core, creaking ominously with the wind. Look, a chest! In the dangerously crooked part of the old house, you spot a bulky chest. Who knows what valuables could have been left within? But the floor looks awfully unstable. A chance to take 50% damage. Boltolf, my boy, you are lucky. You are lucky. I like loot. Unfortunately, you're super unlucky. You stumble and reach for the chest, careful as to not place too much pressure on any fragile spots. I think it'll hold. The house begins to creak and crack. Oh no. The core of the house crunches as the rotted floorboards give out under your feet. Get out of there! As the floors cave in, you fall into the water, alongside all of the rubble and debris. Are you alright? Barely. In the water, injured and surrounded by the ruins of the house, you manage to open the chest. With the goods from the chest, you hobble back through the swamp in pain, towards your allies. Oh, please be worth it. So we got 2 rogue weapons and an artistry weapon. Warship, grant 100% fortitude to yourself or an ally within range. Warship, always critical strikes. That doesn't make any sense because it does no damage. Requires focus. There's the rub. With a creativity chance of 30%, you also remove all negative status effects. And then its second ability, or skill, Story of Fortune. Grant yourself or an ally within range plus 20% critical strike chance for 4 turns, and remove their blood curse. With a creativity chance of 30%, she would end up getting with her current creativity chance, she would gain, with 56 it'd be 60. What's half of 3? Half of 3 is like 1.5, so 1 or 2? No, it'd be 2. They round up in this game, apparently. So, she would end up with a 62% chance to grant a 100% critical strike chance. You know, it doesn't sound half bad. We'll come back to that. Here we have fire cracking into the fray again, and on this one we have In Cold Blood. It's on a lethal leaf knife, an uncommon dagger with 19 to 24 damage. It's naturally a rogue type weapon, and In Cold Blood deals 100% damage to a nearby enemy. If the target is isolated, inflict 5 frost. Oh dear. That is 5 frost is no joke. But do I have any way? I can't test what both of them would be like. I don't remember. Oh, right, I slightly remember the skill we get if we have 2 rogue weapons. Okay, the only thing of value here is this, and I like that. But what about the damage? I want to do damage too. Is it time to let the scepter go? Become the support we all know she could be? But I have to remember that worship requires focus, which means I have to position her allies where she can always reach them so she doesn't ever have to move from her cell. So that they'll always have to be at least within 1 or 2 cells of her, probably 1. So I can have Hamlin use control ground. And if they try to approach her, they get punished. And if they get bored of playing with her, they get punished. It becomes this whole cycle that I really like. What if we replace this? Inflicts terrible damage and burning to a nearby enemy. With a creativity chance of 50%, which would become 50 becomes, it'd be 10, so 60% chance to inflict 4 frost. It's not bad. I don't really care for that. What I really liked was the ability that I got from it, but this is pretty good too. I just don't want to get rid of the scepter. I have a problem. And it's addiction to the scepter. So I'm going to keep the scepter and let Anastas play support for a while. When I get bored, I'm probably going to see how good this is. But probably not. So back to her main hand. The wrong one. Back to that one, then back to her offhand. Alright. I'm probably going to suffer for this, but we're going to let the martial weapon go. For now. You'll probably see another one again soon if this doesn't work out. Look there. Something's glittering. In the ruins of the house, you see something shiny. The treasure sits next to a sinister-looking skeleton, chained to the warped wood. It's been sitting here for so long, reeking of death. It's gold, and a pouch. You grab the items, avoiding the chained-up corpse. Standing in the ruins, you notice how soft and damp the wood underneath you feels. I am not... Something snaps from beneath the ground. The floor collapses. Planks, dirt, and a whirl of dust surround you as you fall through the floorboards. You manage to stand despite feeling overwhelmed from the impact. The dim moonlight seeps in from above. Apparently that was a bit much for my lips. The dim moonlight seeps in from above. A chill goes down your spine as the shadows around you shift. What happened? You find yourself in a dank set. Didn't we just tell these people to piss off a while back? Anyway, smelling of moldy dough and sour wine. You quickly realize you aren't alone. Weapons! You quickly draw your weapons, bracing to fend off the accursed creations surrounding you. Okay, so what we got was a trinket. Ooh, nice. Gain 2% start of... That's unpleasant. Gain 2% start of turn fortitude regen while affected by frost. However, reduce your maximum HP by 10%. That's not that big a deal. At 100 HP, that's literally only double digits. So, then we have the trinket destined to adventure. Begin each combat with 3 destiny. That gives me the ability... Never mind. Because of the curse on this trinket, end of your line. At the start of combat, lose 25% of your current HP. They'll die. Regularly. With no way for me to get that HP back. Because despite there being item slots, I have not run into a source to acquire items since I've started playing. And how many episodes deep are we into this game now? That's including the time I spent playing on my own. So... this is comparatively doo-doo. It just is. Wow, this is incredible. Wait, at the start, so this won't kill you. You lose 25% of your current HP, not max. So if you're already low, it's not good. Eventually it'll just stop killing you. But who do I give this to? I could give this to Hamlin, and then he can just use Destiny all day long, but then he won't be able to regen Destiny. I can give it to the resident support. Nah, screw it. Our resident spellcaster. And have her just fortitude out of her mind each fight. At the start of each fight. And then the 70 fortitude will always be a replacement for her missing HP. I like that better. But it also costs me her creativity. Why does the game hate me? Start of turn fortitude regen. Frankly, neither of them are really that good. I mean, losing some of your HP at the start of a fight is pretty good for those abilities that have, for skills and the special abilities that have health threshold requirements. But it's probably best on Botolf. We'll see at the very least. The other one's just not as good. Can we see it? Yeah, let's see. You lose... Hold on. So your fortitude is based on your HP? Because when he loses 10% of his HP, he also loses... He also loses 4 fortitude. And I don't see any clear... Yeah. But this... I guess, but... Let's just try that out and get out of here. So every single fight he can spend as much destiny as he wants. Like, as I said before, check this BS out. Oh, it's not 100% dodge, it's 50%. But the rate at which it occurs, it may as well be 100%. Where is this guy? He's right here. What is going on with you? Cursed. Begins combat with unending blood curse. Has 100% true mastery while blood curse. He has to die first, immediately. But we need fortitude, so yeah. Oh, I can burn all of his destiny. So first, let's try and put this on. Failed his creativity. Hold on. Boto should have 20% creativity. Yeah, that's right. Well, nuts. Oh, critical affliction. Nice. I don't know. Should we hit him with another or move? Spellcasters are annoying. I'd like to get rid of them, but this guy is probably going to gib us if I leave him in this fight for too long. And he's frosted now. So how much HP damage is he going to take? 18 when he only has 28 left, leaving him with 10. It's still too much. So someone's going to have to kill him. Oh, she has damage too. Resident Spellcaster, activate. Well, he's dead on his turn. So what else do we do with this? Wow, she has... Hold on. Right here. No? Yeah. Okay. Now check this out. Worship has a 30% chance to remove all negative status effects on the target of this skill. Wait, I just saw... Oh, it's Glory that has the 94% chance. What is it originally? 60%. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so if I need to remove negative status effects from someone, such as our resident rogue, I can do that easily. Also, I didn't need to attack him. Oh, but Yeah, the blood curse wouldn't have killed him. He takes 8 damage from it per turn. And it reduces his armor, so it makes him easier to kill. But he's done now anyway. I think Botu will be fine, so we can end this turn. And she'll get focus. What do we have? What do we have this guy do, though? Cast Burn? There's a good chance it'll miss, though. And it even directly applies to status effects, so... Still, it's worth trying at least. Let's get rid of this guy. Soon. Soon. Oh, I see what happened. This one attacked her, applying Stormed, which then triggered it on him. So he ended up taking damage. A significant crit as well. So, you know, that's fun. He's dead now. He'll be back later, but he's dead right now. Anyway, not sure what we should do. I guess we'll go with this. Naturally, she gives him... If only she could go first, then she could have given the rogue 100% crit chance, but, you know, whatever. I need her to stay in one spot, so we'll leave her there. And I'll move you. Doing this, hopefully he gets Destiny. Nope. So he's got a boosted crit chance for 4 turns. We like that. Removing the Stormed isn't going to do us any favors because it's just going to come right back. Yep, I like that. You know what? Let's just get rid of these guys. For some reason I was expecting that to crit. I don't know why. So I'd have to move him down. $24 damage, that guy's dead. Grant fortitude to yourself. Slightly more than I get with deliverance. But with deliverance, I could also possibly stun this guy. I just want to be a nuisance now. Aw, poor baby stunned? How long? Next turn. That's good enough. let's do this. Probably should have done this first and then moved into the cell. But it's not like these guys ever really had a chance to win. Thankfully, I took note of the guy that had the blood curse and then the 100% true mastery because of it. If I had missed that, we might be on the floor right now. What is with the stun chance on this? It's a 39% chance and she's landed it twice in a row. It's nice. Interesting. Creativity failed. Unfortunate. This does not apply control ground. This does. Nice. He doesn't have the crit anymore. Doesn't matter though. Well, that was, and it's not over yet. Dawn is here, finally. So are they. In front of you stands the end of the Passage of Silence. A group of Heart Watch guards obstruct your path, preventing you from crossing the gates. Worse, leading them is a Heart Knight. Stop! In the name of the Baroness of Blood, you would turn back. You are approaching the north end of the Heartlands, off limits for all. This will be it. We can't defeat Falira's Heart Knight. What did you expect to be guarding the Gates of Silence? If we can defeat them, we'll be free. Finally out of the Passage of Silence. The Gates of Silence would be within reach. All three know what must happen here. Falira's Heart Knight interrupts your whispers. Turn around, or we will bring you judgment. You can't judge me. You're not my dad. There will be judgment, but not... Okay. I see what you did there, and I appreciate it. Very well. As a justice of the Baroness, I lay mark of Yaengard upon you. Death has come for you, little traitors. What's up with this? Permanent begins combat with unending control ground. Oh, so I just want him to come to us then. Is that it? Is my understanding correct? I actually want to leave everyone in this cell because they'll have to come to us then. And from there we can just shred. He's got 2 that do damage. This one looks like an offensive spellcaster. This is a rogue and this is a priest. So I'm going to move him over here and save his destiny for later. I want to burn all of that before he dies. I hear scurrying. There's rats in the mountains. Okay. First things first. She didn't have focus, so we'll have to wait. Instead, he gets a 100% crit chance for the next 4 turns. I'm going to actually hold on. We can actually move him here. Burns, doesn't it? He's probably going to move up to him, and I'm just going to leave him there because why not? Oh, that'll only help him for a little bit. As long as Botulf doesn't get crit, this should be in our favor. I'm going to leave him in this corner for now, though. Focus up. I should have had him do that the first time. Well, yeah. No. On the first turn... Yeah, on the first turn you can't gain focus. Or fortitude, my mistake. Now, she can give him... Does it really... Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So, that's good. I'm pretty sure, but not certain, that any attempts to give him fortitude will come out reduced. So there's that. For now, though, we must wait. Wait and prepare. We don't have anything that deals AoE damage. We'll use this to get in. If it activates, all the better. He's now got 9 stacks of the good stuff. But if I try to leave this cell normally, it's going to be a bad time. But I want him to use this. The damage from this is terrible. And that, well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff right there. We like that. I don't like that. Let's give the tank fortitude. That's the right one, right? Yeah. Oh, right, she got attacked, so she couldn't get focus. How much armor? 30%? Wow. A 6% chance to fail that, and she got the 6%. She beat the odds again. Pretty sure this guy wants to get over here. Instead, what if you all just do no damage? I like that. What's this? Rooted. Oh no! She's not going to move from the spot she was never going to move from. Whatever shall I do? Anyway. How are you controlling ground now? I realize I don't even care. I know what this guy's going to do. So I am going to abuse that. He's going to dash in on our rogue. So we're going to leave this guy right here. Pretty good. You can't give him more fortitude. And now you've been thumped, and on your next turn you die, so I get to ignore you now. But who do we go after? We're going to have to give him crit again. This was a mistake. You can use a... Oh, that's bad. Oh, no, it's fine. So... You can move and still keep fortitude or your focus, but she doesn't have any because she got hit. Yep. I'm not worried about her health, I'm worried about him. She didn't get the creativity chance. That's fine. It's fine. So that guy's dead. We want the other one capable of dealing damage out first. But that means he's rooted. Right. So instead we do this. Yeah, that was never going to save him. Even I knew that. First, you. Fortified health. Thank you. Yes. Please focus the resident tank. She didn't take any damage, but she's not focused. Right. Just because she moved. Never mind. That's my fault. Oh, he's dead his next turn. Is he? He's got 14 fortitude. He's... No, he might not be. But then we've also got this, so... Yeah, he's dead. Yep, that'll do it. Four stacks. I should have used this. Critical. Nice. Let's try that again. So it looks like we basically are the victors now. I'm also going to do this because why the frick not? That plus the punish. He's going to move. He didn't move. Fascinating. That's one brave bird, I'll tell you that much. Then we'll move. Either way, he's dead. he's totally dead unless he gives himself fortitude. Or I could just kill him now. I like that one instead. So how many of you thought we were going to lose Boltov? Because I know I did. I was one of you. Oh. Blood of Goluheim. The Goluheim... Yeah. It's probably Golheim, right? Because the U just makes the word awkward to say. So, the Golheim Relic of War. It's an heirloom type weapon, uncommon with 16 to 29 damage. It comes with the skill, Blood of Golheim. Deal 85% damage to an enemy within range. If they're blood cursed, inflict 4 frost. But I've yet to see any abilities that depend on an enemy being... Oh, wait, no, there are actually a number of abilities, skills, my mistake, that require the enemy be burning and have a certain number of stacks of burning at that. So we might be able to replace her. She'd get +2 talent. This would take away his crit rate. The intelligence, what does he get from that? Crit strike, creativity. But he gains +1 talent and 2 ancestry. I don't think it's worth it. I'd be losing out on all of that talent, which we need for Cross the Embers. Maybe for her? Nope, it's actually lower. For him? No, it loses the armor. Yeah. We just don't get anything, apparently. Huh. Okay. I'm really just happy to be out of this place. Your thought is interrupted by a strange man standing in your way. Now. It was ages since one as yourself came through here. The masked man gives the impression of gloom, even if his expressions are hidden. It is not but soldiers coming through on days such as these. This place is awful. That it is. I am only here to see those which the fire shall eat away. You seek the gates of silence. You state it as a fact, not a question. So in reality, you seek Felira. We will get through the gates. The strange fellow's eyes sparkle as if he caught you in a lie. I expect that if you toss enough adventurers on an empire, at some point it'll at least suffocate them. Up against the unspoken crown, you're gambling with more than your life. The strange fellow looks at the wares around him. I'd like to place my own bets on that perhaps tomorrow being the day when the infamous Baroness of Blood falls. What can I offer to help you soak the embers of change? I could go for, and it's all 50%. And we have to choose one. Weapon of Ancestry or Artifacts? I want the artifacts. those can be game-changing. An artifact of power will surely be useful. I need nothing else. We're expecting heavy opposition. I expect that to be a reasonable expectation for you to have. A strange resonance flows through the air, as if the swampy air itself was enchanted. It nearly becomes hard to breathe in anticipation. Destiny is in your favor! Once again, the strange fellow smiles at you, visible through his eyes. Lucky! The embers will be searing hot, I expect. Seems like something wants out. Then the strange fellow hands you the offering. Nice. Would have sucked to end up with unlucky. Oh, really? Frick, I thought it was going to be a trinket. Screw me, I guess. After granting you his offering, the strange fellow invites you to his campfire. He's not at all going to put his dick in your mouth while you're asleep. It's not. He wouldn't dream of it. Tonight, asking you to tell him your tale. And after barely surviving, we made our way here. That is quite the journey. And you have quite the way to go, I expect. He seems to think of something, and amused, he stops himself. Stories by firelight, just as before. He shakes out of the memory. You have been talking for a long time after much travel. I apologize. Can I offer you any answers you wish for? I guess. I think you should rest instead. Of course, rest you shall have. Naturally, Voltov is going to take 25% of his current HP as damage, but that's not really important, now is it? I can't imagine tomorrow will be much easier than today. I can't imagine so. No. A sparkle of sorrow touches the man's eyes as he shakes his head. Wow, that sentence is completely messed up. You don't have much left now. You must have about a day worth of travel until you reach the gates of silence. You'll be there after perhaps a tavern or two, I expect. But that'll be the problem for then. Amusement returns to his eyes. And if destiny shall have it, perhaps it'll be Felira's problem, not yours. And with those words, you take in the warmth of the campfire, resting. And we did not wake up with our mouths tasting like mystery penis. It was okay, all in all. Frankly, I am surprised that with 6 curses on us, because that's basically what they are, with 6 of these on us, we managed to get Voltov through that fight alive. I think it's just me spitballing, but I think they might be okay now. Just maybe. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you are still here, you have a lot of time on your hands, or you are extremely busy, or you're asleep and you left the video running. I don't have any sound effects at hand that I can put in editing to potentially wake any of you up if you have fallen asleep to the sounds of the video. I don't know why you would want to go to sleep while listening to this. Anyway, completely abandoning that tangent, it's been a long one, and I've got things I want to do today, so I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you all have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will, of course, be back tomorrow with more. This was interesting, and it was also 2 hours long. Not looking forward to editing this. Cutting out the loading screens is tedious. Nevertheless, I digress. And so, with all that said, we will see you next time.